What's going on, Super 7? Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. So guys, as you probably know, I am a huge fan of the Super 7 Ultimates line, which unfortunately has had its ups and downs, particularly with many of the facial sculpts. Some of them are spot on in terms of the way they look, and some of them, I have to admit, have been kind of lackluster in its overall presentation. And over the last week, there's been a lot of speculation, considering that there's been massive clearance sales on several different partner sites for Super 7, and a lot of people are questioning what exactly is happening with Super 7 proper. Let's take a deep dive into this, guys, and see exactly what people have been talking about, and sort of give my 2 cents as to what I think is going on with Super 7 and whether or not they actually are in any sort of trouble. Let's have a look, guys. A lot of people are reporting that they're finding G.I. Joe Ultimates at Walmart right now, and that's a pretty significant deal. Michael Glowing has reported that he found a, funnily enough, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive comic book bat and Snake Eyes at his local Walmart. Now, these are G.I. Joe Ultimates, which, of course, are only supposed to be available at band channels, as far as we know. It's been they've never once shown up at retail locations like Target or Walmart, so this was a very good sign in terms of its overall idea. Now, of course, these could just be one-off sightings. However, multiple sightings, including this one from Ryan Brooks, show that he found a Cobra Commander in the wild, as well as Sterling DeRier. He found both the Cobra Bat, Snake Eyes, and Timber at his local Walmart. The price tags would be, this is a different set entirely. Michael Richards, who did post up the actual price, and we can see here that this Battle Android Trooper, the San Diego Comic-Con edition, is being listed for $54.96. I can actually see G.I. Joe Cobra Bat written right there. And right in behind him, we can see that there are at least one other G.I. Joe Ultimates figure along with that one. And we just continue to see all these additional sightings, including this one from Toy Scales, who found this Cobra Bat, Snake Eyes, in the same location. I'd like to take this as an actual sign that Super 7 is starting to make headway with their retail partners. After all, their reaction line has been in Target and Walmart for some time already, and it's also been here in Canada at the Toys R Us locations, as well as GameStop. As encouraging as this seems to be, there was some troubling signs which were pointed out by several toy tubers, as well as a lot of people in the community, that it's not all roses and sunshine for Super 7. Big Bad Toy Store being one of the largest online retailers for adult collectible toys, and a big, huge, significant partner for Super 7 for many years. This Super 7 Ultimate sale really has come as a bit of a surprise by many. The reason why it's garnered so much attention is because we're not just talking about a 25% off sale, 5% off sale, 10% off sale. No, we're talking about sales as high as 65% off. I mean, this is quite significant. That is absolutely staggering. $96.25 for these figures. When you think about what they're usually retailing for, which is usually about $55 a figure, this set normally retails for $275 and now is on sale as low as $96.25 for 5 figures. That's absolutely crazy. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Scratch, who was a very soft character because of the rarity in the original Playmates line, he's gone down all the way to $19.25, 65% off, as noted before in that 5-set sale. This also corresponds with the 5-pack of the Mousers, down to $19.25 as well. Even a fan favorite, Leonardo Samurai Sewer Edition, is all the way down to $19.25. Again, 65% savings there. Slash, who is an amazing character. His overall pack out is just absolutely ridiculous. What you get in terms of his accessories, in terms of the size of the character, I can't believe that he's actually going on sale for 65% off. That's actually quite shocking. And then we have other figure lines like the Transformers, which have gone all the way down to 61% off, $86 for these 4 figures, including Ghost Starscream, a very popular character. 60% off for the Ultimates Bat. Of course, anybody can now start building their Bat army. But the one clearance item which really kind of shocked me, and honestly has me questioning exactly what's happening with Super 7, has to be this reaction set. Oh my gosh, everybody. 15 reaction figures on sale for 63% off. Original price $269.99 MSRP, now down all the way to $100 for 15 action figures. including a very limited edition figure who a lot of people at one point were considering to be somewhat of a grail figure, the Tracker. I believe he was a very sought after character when he was first announced, and now he's in a bundle pack of 15 figures on sale for only $100. If you were looking to actually start your reaction figure set, you really can't go wrong with this one. It comes with Cobra Commander, the Baroness from series of G.I. Joe cartoons. It comes with Destro, Snake Eyes, a host of different Cobra Troopers, just a myriad of different characters on that level. Also, G.I. Joe Grunt figures, which I've been saying for a very long time that the Classified series really has to start capitalizing on those figures. Fan favorite Scarlet is in this particular pack out. The only ones really missing are Duke and Stalker, two of the original G.I. Joe characters from the line. Honestly, this is not a bad way to start off your collection. For only $100, you can pick up 15 characters who in many ways are just absolutely huge army builders, as well as 5 main characters from the original cartoon. This is absolutely nuts. And it doesn't stop there. We've seen many more examples, from the Power Rangers to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Raphael, the Ultimates Edition in disguise, and his price is actually pretty high up in the aftermarket eBay prices. So right now, picking up on this huge sale of 50% off, $27.50, is actually a huge discount. Then we have full packouts of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this is the one that's really, really shocking for many of the people who are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans. 50% off of a 4-set, 4 figures for only $100. That is absolutely crazy. That's like $25 a figure. That's unheard of. Again, including some of the mainline Turtles, $90 for this 4-pack. Even Mirror Lion-O is down to 50% off, $27.50. The list keeps going on and on and on. And it really does bring into question what exactly is happening with Super 7. Are they in trouble? Well, it really depends on who you ask. After all, it was noted earlier this year, around the time of San Diego Comic-Con, that in a press release by Cision PR Newswire, Super 7 announces $25 million of investment from the Newcastle network. Initially with a $12 million investment, with plans to invest more to support Super 7's long-term strategy. The announcement is being made in conjunction with the start of the San Diego Comic-Con, where Collectibles producer will release 18 new exclusive toys with the launch of the crowdfunding of the Cat's Lair playset campaign. Of course, this has led people to question what's going on here. Is Super 7 looking for investment? Now, I'm not overly familiar with the Castle network. However, an investment of $27 million is nothing to sneeze at, and it looks like they are a competent team, particularly with their founder, Chris Kaskar. After 25 years as a consultant, entrepreneur, and investor, wanted to create a different model to help companies feel that more active and tangible, driven insights and collaboration, a model that's helped to build CEO reach well beyond the success that they envisioned, anchored in humanity that makes every day working together a great experience. Those are wonderful words to live by, but it remains to be seen if their initial investment of $12 million will continue on to the $25 million promised. It really all depends on the overall continual success of Super 7 into the future. And that's where a lot of questions start coming up with their latest round of announced clearance sales on partner sites like Big Bad Toy Store. Mike over the Tidarium Hangar made an excellent video called Super 7 Cash Problems, and it really does highlight what's actually happening over at Super 7. I definitely suggest everyone take a look at this video. I'll have a link in the description below. Now, these are all, again, ideas about the overall state of Super 7 as a whole, but he does bring up a whole bunch of very interesting points and theories about what could be happening and the reasons why Super 7 might be looking for investment. However, I do have to look at the timing of this. It was announced right around the time of San Diego Comic-Con, July 19th, 2023 to be exact. And seeing as we are now 4 months removed from this overall announcement, a sale which has only happened a week ago, and seeing these discounts, I actually tend to think that this is more of a clearance to try and get many of the old stock, which is available at Big Bad Toy Store, out the door in lieu of new products which are going to be coming in for 2024. Now, you can take that either which way. Obviously, clearances are something which retailers just do not want to see. It's never good when you have to start clearing out any products as high as 65% off. That is quite a loss in value. And it's my understanding that Mike, along with David from adultcollector.org, have had some inside information revealing that this sale is actually something which has possibly been instigated by Super 7 themselves. Why would Super 7 be giving the okay to clearance off much of their stock? It probably has something to do, as Mike over at Tidarium Hangar has speculated future agreements which allow the retailers, in this case Big Bad Toy Store, to have certain deals in the future for additional products. That really does seem like something of a huge possibility in my eyes. And we do have to remember that we are in November after all, and these could coincide with a sort of early Black Friday sale. I mean, that's something I think a lot of people have forgotten. Black Friday just hasn't been as big a big deal in the last couple of years, but this used to happen on the regular basis. As a matter of fact, if we actually head over to Big Bad Toy Store and click on sales items, a dedicated button that they have on the site itself, they regularly have sales here on huge levels, including, as we can see here, G.I. Joe Classified Pack Builder. The 3 set is now 22% off at $69.99. Scrolling down further, we can see that 6-inch Elite Squad Troopers are also down to 40% off. Even NECA has sales up to 40% off with the Universal Monster Mummy set. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures Slash down to 43% off, $24.69 off of its original price. The entire Gremlins Mogwai set of 6 figures is down to 33% off. And even Hasbro has their Dark Troopers down to 43% off, as well as G.I. Joe Classified figures as low as 40% off for Tomax Paoli. These sales go on all the time, and I don't think it's really an indicator of any major changes in the industry. I tend to think that these are seasonal sales, particularly now around the time of Black Friday deals. I mean, it really is the week leading up to Black Friday, and I think that this is more of an indication of a Black Friday clear out. And I don't think we really have to be too concerned about Super 7. After all, the Cat's Lair did successfully fund with over 4,223 backers. This is a huge indication that there's still a lot of life in the Ultimates collection. But I do have to preface that by saying that their latest crowdfund project of the Cobra Mothership is not doing too well at 1,431 backers, well shy of their 4,000 backer goal. There's still 31 days left in the campaign, and that's plenty of time to gain more traction on this particular project. I still believe that there are a lot of people out there who are looking forward to getting this mothership, and I do believe around the time of the 31-day mark, we will see the Cobra Mothership fully funded. In terms of trouble for Super 7 and its overall business model, I tend to think that that's a bit premature. In my eyes, I think that sales that are currently happening with Big Bad Toy Store are just that. They are in anticipation of Black Friday and just a way to clear out stock. But then again, everything is up in the air in today's buying market, and the toy industry is not immune to this type of thing. So it remains to be seen exactly what's going to happen in the near future for toys and, of course, products in general. After all, people are having trouble paying for their gas, their rent, and even basic necessities like food. And toys, as great as they are just luxuries at the end of the day. But looking on the bright side of things, if you have been waiting to start your Super 7 collection, now is an amazing time to stock up on everything Super 7 Ultimates related, because you're not going to get to see sales like these again anytime soon. Well, guys, I got to tell you, it is a very interesting time to be a toy collector in 2023. There are so many great things to talk about in terms of adult collectibles for toys and the nostalgia surrounding them. But at the same time, there have been a lot of different ideas in terms of overall pricing structure, the types of toys that you're collecting, and the type of quality that is involved with these action figures as well. And at the top of that question mark has always been, at least somewhere near the top, Super 7. They are definitely one of those companies that makes quality products, but in terms of their overall releases, some of them are absolute home runs, and some of them are just plain misses. So much so that what's happening right now with their clearance sales on sites like Big Bad Toy Store, fans are starting to wonder exactly what's going on with Super 7 and whether or not they're actually in trouble. But in my opinion, I think this actually is a knee-jerk reaction in many ways. I think that if you really look at the overall picture, we're in November and only a few weeks away from Black Friday. I think this is probably just an early bird sale, and probably really something which they need to do to bring in more product in terms of what they're planning for 2024 and beyond. After all, we have the Thundercats Cats there to look forward to. They're trying to figure out what they're doing with the Cobra Mothership, which, admittedly enough, is not doing that well, but they have 31 days to figure that out. And of course, they have multiple other lines to finish off, including Conan the Barbarian, Ren and Stimpy, the Disney line of action figures, which they're continuing to push out, and even G.I. Joe, which, as always, seems to be a bit of a hit and miss, but I, for one, am all in on multiple portions of these lines. It just remains to be seen what their overall goals are going into the future. But with the announcement of $27 million in funding from the Castle Network, I think that we can rest assured that there's definitely a lot of life left in Super 7. We do have to realize that this is just part of business. And realistically, this is just part of doing business. And it's not like we haven't seen big companies, massive companies, like Mattel or Hasbro, having had their products show up at Ross or Ollie's on massive discounts. Let me know your comments in the comment section below, guys. Are you thinking that this might be a sign of things to come? I mean, 60% off is pretty shocking for Super 7, who usually charges $55 per action figure, now all the way down as far as $19.25 in some cases. Or are you just of the opinion that this might just be a regular seasonal clear out, pretty much the same way that Hasbro and Mattel do this, sometimes showing up at Winners, Ross, and even Ollie's at massive discount prices? And this just might be something in anticipation of the overall clear out for Black Friday coming up very, very soon. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.